I definitely used too small of a bowl. I don't know how I'm gonna mix this very carefully. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're in my kitchen, so that means we're gonna be baking. Yay! But I also want to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind lately, and that is how to find peace amidst all this uncertainty. It's no secret that we're all going through a really tough time right now. Jobs have been lost. We've been separated from our loved ones, and we are restricted from doing some of the things that we really love to do. Honestly, a lot of the times it sucks. We have no idea what's coming next, so how can we be happy? So in today's video, I want to talk to you about a few tangible things that you can do in order to find peace amidst all this chaos and uncertainty. And while we're talking, don't mind me, I'm just gonna be whipping up my most delicious, sinful, chocolatey banana bread recipe ever. I'm gonna link the recipe in the description down below and make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get baking. Okay, so first step is preheat your oven to 350 degrees and grease your banana bread loaf tin. I use canola oil spray just because it's easier. Alright, so let's go over our ingredients for the day. We have flour, chocolate chips, ripe bananas, brown sugar, sea salt, cocoa powder, ground cinnamon, pure vanilla, butter, and baking soda. Yay! First step is to mash the bananas with the melted butter. So I'm just gonna go ahead and peel all my bananas and just put them in this bowl here. It's better to use extra ripe bananas if you have them. I waited until these ones were super ripe, because the riper they are, the sweeter they are, so. My butter is soft, but it's still a little hard, so I'm just gonna microwave it really quick. Okay, now I'm gonna pour in my melted butter to mix with my bananas. Ooh, yeah. I'm just gonna use a fork to mash them together, or you could use like a potato masher. It's gonna take a bit, so just take your time. Mash it up till it's mostly smooth. It's gonna be a little lumpy, but. So now it's looking like a good consistency. I'm gonna keep mashing for a little longer. Okay, so that looks good. My bananas are now mashed up with the butter. So I'm just gonna set this aside for a sec. Okay, so now that I've gotten started on my banana bread, I want to talk to you guys about how to find some peace during these times. So the first advice / tip thing that I have is to accept where you are in the present moment. Now, I know it's so easy to say that. I feel like people are always preaching like to be present, and it's honestly so much easier said than done. Like, yeah, be present, but then you have your brain, which is working overtime to figure out how to help and fix the situation. So your mind is just constantly flooded with thoughts of like, what if I don't get another job? Or what if the economy never recovers? Or what if we open up too soon? Or what if I don't want to go back when we open up? And we're just constantly flooded by this barricade of thoughts and emotions that we don't really necessarily have control over. But trust me, my brain has been working overdrive, and especially for the last few days, things in Los Angeles have been so chaotic. We were closed and then we reopened and then now we're closed again, and it is really, really stressful. So all that constant worrying, even if we're not consciously worrying, and our subconscious is just like ruminating on it and worrying about what's gonna happen in the future, it is so exhausting. I think the last few days in particular, I have just been so exhausted. My body like has no energy, and I think it just has to do with the fact that my brain is working on overdrive. All this constant worrying is so exhausting. So my advice is, instead of speculating, well, what's gonna happen in the future? What's gonna happen next month? Literally just focus on, what am I doing today? What am I doing in this moment right now to make myself happy? I can't control what happens in a week. I can't control what happens in 2 weeks, but I can control what I choose to do in this moment. Some of you may say, well, that's all well and good, but what do I do when I'm feeling fear, when I'm feeling anxious, when my heart is racing and I literally feel like crying because I'm overwhelmed? So here's a little exercise that I like to do that basically helps ground you in the moment. So first of all, when you're feeling scared, or you can even try it right now if you want, just stop. Stop whatever you're doing and just sit still and breathe in. And hold your breath. And breathe out. Just take 3 Deep breaths in and out. In. Now breathing deeply really helps to calm your nervous system and calm those anxious thoughts that are going through you. So once you've done your breaths, then just take note of your surroundings. What do you see around you? Try to notice, what are all the green things around me right now? Oh, I see my green plant. I see that green bag. I see that green leaf, or anything that's blue around you. Or try to notice colors or sounds. If you're driving, notice your hands on the steering wheel. Notice the sun on your face. Notice the wind in your hair. Just take notice of all your senses and really use your senses to ground yourself in the moment. And in doing this and slowing down, if only for a brief moment, you will have calmed your body and calmed your mind, and hopefully you will become more present. Okay, cool. So now we're on step 2 of the recipe. It is time to mix in the brown sugar and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm adding 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon salt. Okay, now I'm just gonna mix this all together. It smells delicious. And lastly, I'm gonna add 1 cup of flour. And just mix it until the flour is just dissolved. You don't wanna overmix it because that can make for a tough banana bread. And we want it to be nice and moist and delicious. Okay, now that the flour is dissolved, it's time to divide the batter evenly into 2 separate bowls. The batter's chilling, I'm just gonna leave it there. Now let's talk some more. So my next tip is to get excited about what you can do rather than discouraged by what you can't. We are living in a unique moment in history right now. 20 years from now, people are gonna be asking us like, wow, you lived through the pandemic? What was that like? It's crazy. I mean, we're stuck at home and we have tons of free time on our hands. My advice is try to see the silver lining. Try to make the most out of each and every day. See this as an opportunity to refocus on your goals and your dreams. Try not to be so caught up in getting somewhere so far in the future that's going to be perfect. Once I get to that point in the future, then I'm going to be happy. It's more about making the most out of each and every moment. Finding something that you love to do that makes you feel fulfilled and proud of yourself in that moment. And it's all these little moments that make up our lives. So since we're making a marbled swirl banana bread, we're going to make half the batter a cinnamon swirl and half the batter a really chocolatey swirl. So I'm splitting my batter into 2 bowls evenly. Just kind of eye it. It doesn't have to be exactly even. I'm going to add flour and cinnamon to one of them and cocoa powder and chocolate chips to the other one. So we'll put our flour in this one, 1/4 cup of flour and 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon. And in the other one, 1/4 cup cocoa powder and 3/4 cup chocolate chips. And we're gonna give both of these a good mix. Oh my gosh, I definitely used too small of a bowl. I don't know how I'm gonna mix this very carefully. I should have used a bigger bowl. Whoops. It's kind of working. Ooh, yeah. So now that I have my cinnamon batter and my chocolate batter, I'm going to alternate putting them in my banana bread loaf tin. You'll see, but I'm going to alternate chocolate, cinnamon, and then it'll kind of create a checkerboard pattern, and then I'm going to draw a figure 8 through it, creating that marbling effect. Okay, so in my banana bread loaf, I'll start off with the cinnamon. Just gonna put a little bit there. And then I alternate with my chocolate. Okay, so I've layered my banana bread. As you can see, it kind of made a cool checkerboard pattern. So what I'm gonna do is just take a knife and make a few figure 8s through the middle to create a marbling swirling effect. Doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of swirl it around a little bit. Don't swirl it too much because then you won't see the distinction between the batters. All right, I think that looks good. I'm happy with that. Looks marbly and swirly. Now I'm just gonna pop it in the oven. It cooks for about 55 to 65 minutes. For some reason my oven is like not that hot because whenever I make this, the recipe says like 65 minutes and it takes like an hour and a half. But basically just check on it after like an hour. Insert a toothpick. If there's still batter, then I just keep cooking it for like 5 minutes at a time. It's kind of annoying, but it turns out so delicious every time. Trust me, this is the most decadent, sinful, delicious banana bread you will have ever tried. Please make this, and if you do make it, comment down below and let me know what you think of it. This is definitely a good thing to make if you love chocolate, because as you can see, it is super, super chocolatey. A chef at my old work one time tried my recipe and he was like, oh, your chocolate bread's really good. And in my head, I was like, oh, that's banana bread, but I guess it could be chocolate bread too, because there is quite a bit of chocolate in it. But let's hurry up and pop it in the oven because I can't wait to try it. So now that my banana bread is resting safely in the oven, I want to talk some more. So the next thing I want to talk about is gratitude. Another way to find peace in uncertainty is with gratitude. Our brains have this uncanny ability to focus on the negative. This is an adaptation that was created because it was meant to help us. It was meant to protect us from harm. But if you have an anxious tendency, then it can be very disruptive. Our brains have the tendency to worry a lot. I know I do. I'm such a worrywart, and sometimes it's not always the most productive thing. So in order to combat our brains from focusing on the negative all the time, we can practice gratitude. Oh my gosh, I didn't paint my nails. I said I was going to for the video. Crap. To practice gratitude, it's so simple. Simply stop and ask yourself in the moment, what am I grateful for right now? And you'll probably find that there are so many things to be grateful for, like our health, our bodies, my hands, my feet, the ability to move and walk around. We are constantly taking for granted so many things that are amazing. So real life application, sometimes when I'm feeling really stressed out or down, I stop myself and I ask, Nora, what are 3 things you're grateful for right now in this very moment? So right now I would say, okay, I'm grateful for this awesome banana bread recipe that is literally the best banana bread in the world. I'm grateful that I found it. I'm grateful for my tiny little kitchen. Even though it's small, I have everything I need to cook myself delicious meals. And I am thankful for my camera. I'm thankful for my YouTube channel and the ability to talk to all of you guys because it is so fulfilling and I love it so much. And that's it. That's all it takes to practice gratitude. And I really think it helps make a difference in your mood. It helps train your brain to start thinking more positively, to start noticing more positive things in your environment. Another thing I use is my gratitude journal. I remember Tim Ferriss talked about it and I immediately had to get it. It's really simple. It takes a few minutes a day and essentially you're just listing out a few things that you're grateful for. So it has an inspiring quote at the top. Then it says, I am grateful for what would make today great, daily affirmations, 3 amazing things that happened today, and how could I have made today even better. So I really love it. I also find that it's a nice way to keep track of your days. If you don't want to journal every day and like write out your whole day, it's a nice way to look back and be like, huh. So yeah, love my 5-minute journal. I'll put a link down below in the description if you want to grab one. I think they're only like 15 bucks, not bad. I hope this video helped you, and if you found one little morsel of it helpful, then that will have made me happy. Because really all I want to do at the end of the day is to help people and to help all of us lead a happier life. The banana bread's baking away. It's gonna be so delicious. Don't worry, you still have that to look forward to. So I'll check back in when it's done. Yay! The alarm went off and now it's time to take the banana bread out of the oven. So excited. Oh my gosh, she looks amazing. Look at that marbling. Ooh. It is so beautiful. I'm so excited to dig in, but I have to wait like 20 minutes for it to cool. Bummer, so I'll be back once it's cooled. Oh my gosh. Look at that beautiful marbling on the inside. Actually, it's not that beautiful of a marble, but it's a marble. It's still steaming, it's hot. Whoops, didn't wait long enough. Whoopsies. Look at that. Looks so good. Okay, ready? It's hot. That is so good. I say banana bread was a great success. All right, guys, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go eat this in private, maybe with a glass of milk, maybe with a little Netflix, who knows. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful for you and the fact that you got to the end of this video. I love you guys so much. I hope you're staying safe, happy, and above all, healthy. Talk to you soon.